Sources have also informed us that investigation agencies are scrutinizing the call details, the bank transactions, and social media activities of suspected terrorists who were released from Uttar Pradesh jails over the past 3 to 4 years. That is another connection that is now being probed. 18 suspects are under the scanner after Dr. Shaheen's connection with the Lucknow Kandari Bazaar area surfaced. Agencies have also been monitoring nearby locations and localities closely. Now, Anshul, thank you so much for joining us. This is another angle that is now being probed here. There are a lot of links here. It's a vast and a spread out nexus, clearly. What can you tell us about this?
Well, this is a part of the SOP of the entire investigation, since links have emerged in Lucknow as well, out here in the national capital as well. Similar cases that might have come out before, similar people who were involved in such nexuses, who might have connections either with the ISIS or with Jaish-e-Mohammed to this case, they will also be interrogated. They will also be questioned to figure out if at all there are any new clues that could come out. Not only this is happening in Lucknow, but this is also happening out here in the national capital as well. Teams of NIA are visiting Tihar jail to actually go ahead and take some sort of a conversation with the other former terrorists that have been arrested and have been put inside jails, just to figure out if at all there is some sort of a connection that could be established, or some background that could be established as well. Now, in Lucknow itself, there are 18 people who have been arrested for terrorist accusations. They have been they are being questioned at this point in time. Phones of other identified people have been kept in surveillance. The bank accounts are also being looked into, just to figure out that if at all these people also had connection with this nexus that is brewing up over here, or if at all there is some other nexus that might also be under play. But as we have been talking about, that the focus of the agencies, specifically the state agencies, is to actually make sure that each and every person who could be a part of this entire terror module, they could be brought to the books, and this entire nexus could be exposed, because the roots of this entire nexus seems to be running very, very deep at this point in time. And as I mentioned, that this entire planning to carry out to harm India was going on for the last year and a half itself, and since then there were several people who might have come in contact with these so-called doctors, and then eventually might have indoctrinated as well. So the agencies are trying to make sure with 100% surety that even if a person had spoken for even a minute with any of these terrorists, they could be questioned, and then the conclusions could be reached upon. So that is the reason why we are seeing these raids that are going on. The questioning of accused of terrorism is also going on at this point in time.
Absolutely, Anshul. Now, of course, this is something we've been discussing as well, given the urban center nature of this attack and the white-collar nature of this attack, which has come as shock to all of us, in fact. What may this imply about future threat patterns that might emerge, and what does that say about how the counter-terror threat strategies need to evolve?
Well, definitely there is an evolution that needs to happen, because this entire white-collar terror nexus that has come to the fore, this is definitely a massive wake-up call for the security agencies. Previously, it was said that the terrorists are not educated, they are brainwashed, they have no knowledge of science, and hence they decide to go ahead and fight for jihad. But over here, what has happened? Gold medalist doctors who have studied science particularly, they have achieved gold medals, they have an entire career in front of them. They are ready to jeopardize their career, they are ready to jeopardize their families, and then eventually fight for this so-called jihad that these terrorists are fighting for. We saw what Umar did. He did a Fidain attack. He was ready to kill himself. The level of indoctrination that has happened even in the educated society is something that is being looked into. New SOPs definitely needs to be developed at this point in time. The agencies that were looking into people who were suspicious of carrying out terrorist attack, now they also need to look into educated people as well, and then figure out that if at all they are also being indoctrinated, or they are also planning out some sort of a massive attack against our country.
All right, Anshul, do stay on with us. We're getting more information right now. All right, and in breaking news that is just